our position still remains very conclusive. We are determined that the Public Order Act requires that we notify the police, which we have done way back 1st of September. So as it stands now, nothing that stops us from really embarking on the picketing the EC on the 16th of September, come Wednesday, as we have planned. The final converging point, that is the EC's enclave, the police raised issues of security concern as far as the final destination or converging point is concerned. But we have managed to put our case through to establish the fact that we are still resolute. This is not where the president resides. The issue of security, from our perspective, doesn't come in at all. So we are still very consistent with our very letter we sent to them from the day one, and we are resolute and we are firm. The essence of the activity is to drum home the legitimate demand and concern for a new voters register. You would agree with me, this issue has lingered on over a while now. We are saying that as citizens, in spite of the fact that the political parties are being engaged by the Electoral Commission, we reserve the right to embark on such a peaceful public activity or event. And that is our constitutional right, which we are not ready to, let go. We are demanding a brand new voters register as a means to consolidate and to strengthen and deepen our democracy we have started. The register is bloated. It's a dangerous document with which I can't guarantee the success of future elections. It is an issue of national concern and international admiration. So, as it stands now, this is the most sensitive and topical issue. The whole world is looking at us. Are we going to listen to the voice of wisdom? Election management body, Electoral Commission of Ghana, must sit up and listen to wisdom. A new voters register is the way to go.
Law becomes the guardian of the development process, and lawyers, in this particular context, broadly used to include judges, are the stewards. But having good rules on economic rights, human rights, development, and so on and so forth is, however, only the starting point to promote sustainable development. As we well know, laws by themselves are not enough to ensure the rights of citizens and the development of the nation. In order to be fully functional, the development process must be accompanied by strong institutions of state. More importantly, a judicial system capable of implementing and enforcing laws. Our courts and the judges that sit in those courts on a daily basis are called to protect the rights of individuals and businesses, to ensure that no one is denied justice through reliable dispute resolution mechanisms. Every judge has a duty to ensure that all are treated equally before the law. The judiciary is expected to strive to treat those that come before us fairly and with dignity. We are to ensure that justice is seen and done in every case, to build the confidence of those seeking our services to solve their legal disputes. Now, these alleged ignoble acts of betrayal by these persons, entrusted with the honor of serving our country, but who, it is alleged, chose rather to do exactly the opposite, to serve their own selfish personal goals of enrichment, as you know, are being investigated. As we investigate the various acts or the various alleged acts of gross misconduct, we will ensure that the rule of law, with all the constitutional guarantees and safeguards afforded to all persons accused of stated misconduct, are fully respected. We cannot do otherwise. We are a justice institution birthed in the principles of fair trial and the natural justice principles that we are all too familiar with. The events of the past few days have not robbed us of our institutional origins or identity or integrity. Our fidelity to the rule of law remains intact. Where culpability is established, the Judicial Council is determined to swiftly and decisively apply the appropriate sanctions in accordance with the laws of this land.
In times past, they were not even expected to socialize and mingle too easily within the community. The disgrace befalling our nation, our bench and our profession through the exposure should give all of us very rude shock and awakening. The solution should not lie in any superficial, piecemeal and orphan treatment, even as we contemplate arresting and eradicating the cancerous tumor. The entire nation should cast the net wider to the other organs of state, the executive, legislature, and indeed the entire public sector. The search should aim at thorough purging of the public sector of the society, which are the job office holders. In a rapidly changing world and many other aspects, through the public sector's stranglehold on the economy, need to be put under rigorous scrutiny. It is said that law is the light of nations. We are manning the entire social order of our nation.
If the Constitution is compromised, it is the judiciary that is the mouthpiece of the Constitution and the central guarantor of the rule of law. Therefore, nothing is more detrimental to the security of a nation than a compromised judiciary. Many a nation has been plunged into war due to lack of justice. Indeed, access to justice supports sustainable peace by offering the citizenry a more attractive alternative to violence in resolving personal and political conflicts. If the judiciary is the mouthpiece of justice, then it will be difficult for anyone to fathom anything worse than a false oracle. The recent exposure of the judiciary being perverse and corrupt is abominable, and it should cause all in the legal and judicial professions to hang their heads in shame. Juxtaposing the corruption that has recently been exposed to our topic of discussion today brings so much to deliberate on, because it is universally recognized that increased access to justice depends on public confidence in the justice system. And far from being prejudicial, that the Judicial Council itself should find it necessary to suspend as many as 22 judges on the suspicion of corruption should make us all sit up to examine ourselves to find out what has gone wrong. Sadly, in this era of information technology, the exposure is instantly transmitted around the entire world, and it does our nation and central profession of law no good.
Here we are today, struck down by the tsunami of scandal that threatens to wash away the integrity of the entire judicial arm of government. I speak with the pain of a nation betrayed and the anguish of a people ravaged, whose faith in their nation's most cherished institutions now lie in a crushed earth. I cast my mind across the firmament and see the monuments of the great luminaries of Ghana's legal history, Sir Akukosa, Sir Henry Kusi, Sir Leslie McCarthy, Kwashi Aiden, Niama Oleno, Edward Akufo-Addo, Fred Apalo, and many more who, combining intellect and wisdom with overaching integrity, built the formidable judicial system we so proudly inherited. All these great sons of Africa must be turning in their graves.
Please.
Charles Kwesi Bentum.
Right, and you're representing? 14 of these plaintiffs. The first to sixth are circuit court judges, and the rest of them are magistrates. So I have a copy of this motion on notice for an interlocutory order of injunction.
Can you explain to us what exactly this is?
Yes, we have filed a main action, a writ against the Judicial Council. That is a substantive suit. But whilst the substantive suit is yet...
Excuse me, when did you file this one?
We filed the writ sometime on the 11th of September. Yes.
Last week.
Last week, yes. And this substantive suit will have to go through the usual court processes. The defendant will have to enter appearance to the writ. They will have to file their defense. And other processes will have to go through before the matter is ripe for hearing. In the meantime, we have to file this motion for interlocutory injunction. It's interlocutory because it is in between the commencement of the action and the end of the action. So it is like an interim action to restrain the Judicial Committee from further continuing with the hearing or the inquiry they've started since 10th of September.
Right, so you filed this one when exactly?
We filed it this afternoon, just this afternoon.
Do you know if the defendants or respondents have received it?
Yeah, they've been served. They've been served. I can confirm that they've been served.
What's this one seeking to do?
Yes, I would have to give you a little background to understand it. Now, the plaintiffs are saying that the committee that had been set up by the defendant, Judicial Council, is an illegal panel. I mean, the body that is in place to investigate these magistrates and justices is an illegal body or panel. Now, it is illegal because the conditions of service of these plaintiffs is regulated by the Judicial Service Act, CA10, and also the Judicial Service Regulations. These are the two important laws, piece of law, legislation regulating them. Now, these people can be investigated only on specified grounds of misbehavior. So the regulation has provided that at any time when they have to be investigated or an inquiry has to be conducted into their affairs, it has to be by a single judge of the High Court or a judicial officer appointed by the Chief Justice for that purpose. It doesn't make for a panel, as it is now the case, of about 5 people who are sitting to inquire into all of this. So to the extent that the panel conducting the inquiry is contrary to the law regulating the conditions of employment of the plaintiffs, it is illegal.
Right, so that's just one of them.
That's just one.
Would you have had a problem if, like you're saying, there was one person?
No, we wouldn't have had a problem.
Right.
In fact, the plaintiffs want the due process of the law to be complied with. That's
okay,
it.
so this is just one of them. It's
Yes.
about the constitution of the panel.
Yes, yes.
What's the other?
The other is that the inquiry can be formal or summary. If it is formal, it goes through very elaborate procedures. You have to get your witnesses, get documents, you're going to rely on various procedures. If it is a summary trial or inquiry, it is just what I may say like a fast track mode, and they're entitled to know whether the mode of inquiry is going to be formal or summary, because all of them have their different outcomes. Now, what is happening in Israel is that, for what we've seen, it is a summary procedure that has been adopted. Now, that summary procedure is contingent, can be adopted only on condition that these affected people have already been criminally tried for the offenses being alleged against them. Then when conviction has been secured, then that procedure, involving summary trial can be adopted. They have not been convicted of any trial, and yet this illegal panel is proceeding to try them summary.
And again, I'm sure you'd also want to say that, like you're saying, they have not been informed whether it's summary or the...
Exactly. Exactly.
So these are two issues that you've brought up. Any other?
Yes, the other worrisome aspect of the whole issue also is that when they were informed of the accusations against them by a letter dated 4th September 2015, the letter merely said that an entity called Tiger Eye Pie has made an allegation against you, and the Judicial Council, the defendants, immediately had constituted a committee to look at the allegations, and their view is that they have to bring all of these things to an inquiry to ascertain the veracity of the claims of the Tiger Eye Pie. Now, the investigative report by Tiger Eye Pie that has been submitted to the Judicial Council or to the Chief Justice had not been made available to these people, because they ought to know the content of that document. Because if they have to respond to any allegation, they must know the originality of the accusation in its entirety. It is not proper that the defendant will sit down, summarize it to its own understanding, and say that, as far as they are concerned, it talks about bribery, or it talks about some impropriety, and therefore that is what you must respond to. You would not be able to respond to that unless you've been able to see the original. And you know, in link with this, they've appeared before the body, expecting that they'll be giving copies of this. In fact, the word that is used in the letter is investigative report. It is not even said that it is a video tape or an audio tape. Yet, when they have appeared before the committee, and it appears there's a videotape that they've never ever seen that are being shown to them, and we think that the rules of natural justice must be respected.
They're assuming that whatever processes they're undergoing has to do with the videotape that's being talked about. But what if it may not necessarily be the videotape? I mean, probably the Chief Justice or whoever has something else.
It may be something else, as you rightly said. It may be something else, because the report that Tiger Eye Pie, and I've refrained from saying
Tiger Eye, actually PI, it's Tiger Eye Private Investigators.
Oh, okay, I stand corrected. Tiger Eye PI, you know, and I've refrained from using our brother's name, Anas Arime Anas, because that is the entity that is quoted in the letter as having submitted the report. You know, so I think that the rules of natural justice require that they must see that report in its entirety. If it is a report that goes beyond a videotape, they must see the other attachments of it, so that you have the full, you know, custody of all the matters that have been brought against you. Then you should be able to respond to them.
All right. Interesting. I also want to find out, having said all that you've had to say, have they since been given an opportunity to see this video or this evidence?
Yes, they've been given. They are broken down. They're in bar shape. They're in terribly bad shape. I mean, you'll be surprised to see that I have met some of my clients in my office in tears, because their families are calling them. People are calling them from all over the place. Their classmates, their church mates, their friends at the bar, people in their neighborhood. And it's all about the fact that, oh, madam, I hear you were a thief. Madam, I hear they are going to send you to jail. Madam, I hear, or Chief, I hear you are a criminal. It's all over the place. Their public image has been dented. And I must say that the whole of the justices of our courts, because it is not only these people who have been affected, both the Superior Court justices and the Inferior Court justices and the magistrates who sit on the bench. So there's a dark cloud of accusations that hangs around all justices in our courts. And it is really terrible that until the matter is concluded, the public out there
has been made to conclusively judge them and written a judgment and convicted them, and that they stand to be criminals. They stand to be undesirable people. I've heard people say that these are the people who should be weeded out of the system because they are thieves. In fact, none of the magistrates have been found culpable. None of the magistrates have been found guilty anywhere. None of the judges of the circuit court have been found culpable. None of the judges of the circuit court have been found guilty anywhere. And the law presumes in Ghana, the law presumes every accused person innocent until he's proven guilty. So it would be so wonderful if by your interview, the public out there changes the discourse and there's a paradigm shift, and you begin to find the discourse now shifting towards the fact that, oh, let us all wait and let whatever inquiry, whether by a body that is competent, a body that is competent goes through the inquiry, and at the end of the day, their guilt or otherwise is established. Then we can have a party.
Would you be changing your position as it is now if it is found out, or you've shown compelling video evidence that indeed these your clients actually took bribes?
Indeed, Israel, if my clients are able to get in their possession from the Judicial Council copies of the tape, and they ascertain the veracity of the facts alleged in the tape, and they see themselves as the ones that have been accused, and they stand accused therein, they will lift their hands.
Well, you're saying this, but I'm sure they would have been part of the process. They were the ones who were filmed. They were the ones who were in the action. They were the characters. And so they would know. And they don't really need the video evidence to tell whether they indeed took bribes or not.
They need to be sure that if their faces were shown in the video, the storyline leading to their faces being shown in the video is captured, so that sense can be made out of the entire circumstances of their face appearing in the video.
Are they ruling out ever encountering anybody who, gave them bribes or gave them monies?
Oh, in fact, some have informed me that attempts were made at them without success. Attempts were made at them without success. So to the extent that attempts were made to bribe them without success, if an allegation is then made that it was unsuccessful, but that the bribery succeeded, then they need to be sure that what is being alleged is exactly what is a fact.
So you're talking about some of them?
I must say all of them. I must say all of them, because in fact none of them admits taking bribe, because of course they have not taken any bribe.
Okay, so a lot of your text messages about here, Bejebrenia can area Mawahu and no other their course. So, Mampenyak Dada Kasaje Kufo, a year at more for paying Pajamame, Georgina Woods Kasai, or 2-4, or say to Kasai, Nina Anafa, and send some how do I course when they were attending a beer, a home sensem. Yabako, Western region quickly, Jabo, to be precise now, coming into account, Deputy Minister. Lands and Natural Resources, now for MP Dwaboso. Our understanding is that His Excellency Ghana Mampeni Ewo Eye Biahonum, dear Poti Pa Anna Ekoso. Or about Kwaba, we are come there.
Yeah, I mean, the guy come on.
Ghana Mampeni Ewo Krum Sanity.
Many I did can make your chef for native for another pay. Na and the quick say, yeah, Yankopon Yadoma another pay, or Mampeni Ewo, ye area ha. Obedi kan esi ewo sefi asan so na wafa benchmark junction secretary crew kwan wa kase sort no wahwe for the tiring of that project na owie ho nso a ababishia Gaboso mine and so will go through Amoya to Dadieso and also Yamiyadima and also Bicha Mummy Ashes are acquiring also asset. If you and another idea, and you say that I will gather so and then pattern. Okay.
Well, Obedi Nahi or apart from road inspection or Obedi Nahi or
the minimum say the northern part of Western region Hano the Aquine Oba. If we have Obeko Sakrade, if you had a Dabako and I would eba Fabia Yaway, Jaboso, and Asameso. Okay. If we Jaboso, like I say, back to Sakrade, no to humanity so.
All right, but that's about some text messages, but I'm happy so about. I'm sure so you take the opportunity. No, I can't go the issues about a certified small scale mining and a galamsey and wasem.
Galamsey, there, so when you say definition, no. Galamsey, let's say illegal mining. Now, me say near or my penia part, me say Nipo Shasson, and I bet the chain and no macoca, my point to one point, me and galamsey. That is fast and so you don't need to make country of my point. But say, Yemwa, na, Yem say, small scale mining between pond, and you know, a pie or hono, and into a bit too one among. In fact, the information on the wall, and net bar obey a quine apple duo, I won't put them a one among you, baby, contractors macro site or much say you make the assets and about the cat sort near there. But that's not to stand there, no. When you here or nobody, there could be an from information here, your father can be honest, we'll pass it on to our company. Okay.
Yeah, but that was it. And then we are hoping, sir, mobile born hobby. Now, if you was a my come.
Yes, information when you have to do hand and pan, and more there one day you would do her. Okay. The month for our multi a free gabble to pursue us or my imagine somebody show my brain. Okay. I'm say, Yay to cry, he gives about 11 color for the okay. I know, yes, she out Gaboso. Okay. Now, Gaboso for the year, I'm paying by the last time, no catch I said, oh, free Gaboso. If you're born home by my gun.
I wish you well and I man paying Coco Rose no well 1760 your text message line or color blend ni Lante Van der Poy Deputy Minister Local Government MP Odododio and so Atani our privilege because a lot on his table but Wajibre short notice so we'll be a part of the discussion to move Ghana forward and the ministry. Oh, Bakwa, baby, come on. Thank you. Baby, come on, ministry. Good. Honorable Japan, Kenya Japan, so Atani, Akwaba. I send on payment no, I'm sent to Kobiesi Wati. So I drive for cool me no, so Bako for passenger be unti. You be about your notice. A year gigi you up as Dompim, Adiem, yeah. Yeah,
Adom station.
Yeah, Adom station. Okay, then annual cost check. Okay. Well, some of your text messages are about no, you're making kind of the amount, but before the last time sanitation did never bring out for a kokama. A kokama. Bibi kama.
Bibi kama.
Okay.
So me prime home can. Bring out for any upper west. Any Western region,
Okay. Okay. Well, but Medasi said, amongst the reason is that now that Ibrahim Beji local government machines be, and Saturday and I had a call from Ibrahim say I should come and witness the handing over of the machines to the local government ministry. Now, if you mean one or not any other journalist, yanko inspection of the Odor project, they're waiting me any baby or do. We'll have to take a look at some of the normal course. Now, if you're some few other questions, or maybe sir. Okay, the Japan raising a lot of issues relating to that. So not drawn attention. I was probably still okay with it. The young corner now Saturday, their course so young Hembra EMP led by Ibrahim Mahama and hand over Abai machines at the man.
ɛfiri June bosome ne da na ɛtɔ so miɛnsa a nsuyire eyi fa ɔmanfoɔ bi ma ebi hwere wɔn nkwa egya fa mu ma saa nipa nyina hwere wɔn nkwa nipa bɛsɛ ɔha ɛne aduonum ne akyire 150 ɛna ɛyɛ adehye a wɔn ho ɛka edwa mu wɔn nsuo yiri fa wɔn nneɛma sɛe no deɛ ɛsɛ wani ɛnsa ɔka kyerɛ ɛno nam so ɛma na nkrɔfoɔ de wɔn sɛ tenetene so sɛ wohwɛ ɔdɔ nsuo no a ɛsan sɛ ɛnɛmoa pie mu ɛkɔduru kɔle lagoon ne mu no ɛno ka ho bi na ma nsuyire etimi ɛkɔ so wɔ nkramantam ha ɛno mu no ɛbɛtɔ dwa sɛ wohwɛ sɛdeɛ ɔdɔ nsuo no ɛne anwea bɔɔla ɛne nneɛma ahodoɔ atamu ama nsuo ne ntimi nkora ɔhwɛ ne tintim mu a na ɛyɛ kwansini bɛsɛ miɛnsa 3 kilometers ɛno nam so ma adwumaku a yɛfɛ wɔnom Engineers and Planners Company Limited wɔn tutu anamɔ ɛkɔfa emfidie ɛde free local government ministry mikyerɛ ahyɛ yɛ hwɛ nkron ketewa ɛne na mmemmɔ mpuntuo nsɛm soɔ emfidie ahodoɔ bi a wɔn ɛkɔtɔ baayɛ no wɔn ɛde bɛte saa ɔdɔ nim sɛdeɛ bɛyɛ nsuo bɛtumi atene akɔ nanso so abra saa adwuma yi ɛkɔ so no na ɔmanfoɔ bi de wɔn nsa ɛtenetene so ɛsu sɛ wohwɛ emfidie a yɛ Ghana deɛ yi a ɔmanpanyin John Dramani Mahama ɛsan sɛ ne nua ne Ibrahim Mahama ɛno nti emfidie no yɛde akɔ akɔma ne nua no a wɔde ɛkɔ akɔyɛ wɔn ankasa n'adwuma ɛna afɛ adwuma no a wɔyɛ no kora no ɛyɛ contract ɛna wasa agyeɛ ɛno ɛna owura Ibrahim Mahama de bɛto dwa sɛ ɛnyɛ no kora da sɛ wakɔ akɔgye sika sɛ contract no na ɔde ɛyɛ adwuma na mmom ɔno afiri ne pam ɛna mfidie na wɔn de aba no wɔn de edi dwuma ɛte sɛ de bɛyɛ nsuyire sɛ no ebi ntumi nsi bio na yɛkasa deɛ ɔpanyin ɛde mfidie no asa akɔ akɔma asoɛyɛ a wɔhwɛ nkron ketewa no na mmemmɔ mpuntuo nsɛm so sɛ adwuma a yɛde ma ne so ɔnyɛ no wayɛ awie
yɛbɛhwɛ yɛhu one problem sɛ na ɛgata no mu a yɛnyi mu ɛna ɛkɔse problem no nti me ne mpanyinfoɔ tena ase ɛka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ gata wei a yɛtwɛn abɔfo a wɔn bɛyi mu ne nneɛma no sɛ yɛanhwɛ yie a yɛayɛ adwuma no a ɛnyɛ nti I took it as my responsibility to follow it up and that's why I got in here. Mr. T sent me adwuma no na nkɛyɛ yɛbɛgye efi aban hɔ a yɛbɛyisu yɛayɛ machine a ɛbɛyɛ $15 million. de bi wɔn ne maka sɛ obi a mentoa so but mesi menyɛ adwuma no because Ghana yɛakasakasa mu wobɛtumi ayɛ mpɔ yɛbɛbisa sɛ adɛnti na wo yɛde ma but maybe mayɛ du no mayɛ me deɛ nti medwen sɛ yɛmfa ma obi contract na nipa korɔ no nkyagye aban mmom. So far from Graphic Road to Circle towards Caprice, my 70% June 3rd now and flooded, but a Juma because every day I hear train na sales near worship if your mountains on them airba and they said you're taking it serious as a country near the Juma.
That's it. Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, and Okoye Hanover. Honorable Nilante, Mamindi Kanshas started and then a bit of controversy from Honorable Kenneth Japan, raising a lot of issues. In fact, I had the privilege to ask Ibrahim a lot of questions. One, whether there was a contract. Two, whether $20 million be back to public domain. Three, proximity to ne brother no. Adenti necessary or two sa na mono. 4 the NTA or then a nyoma from Ghana by Japan. 5 adenti ni hu Ghana shen ewo miamia hodo ana yesu se enka adwuma no bia potia necessary or ye adwuma no. Enti I want to start with you. The edi kan about your notice because obi gina mwanem so no caretaker ewo yadimo na je nyoma no. But the person also had to call certain authorities now or hand over keys. Contract was any contract between the two parties?
No, but I think before that you have to be fair to minister. What will be said questions? Yeah. What is Ibrahim's answer? Well, you have to be fair to him.
Well, to be fair to you, there's no contract. 2, no 20 million cedis, $20 million. 3, the entire share so different families or insure at the end of the said the beya or ye Jumano. It seemed to be Bema a bit me and sound for into a radio so why sir I did a 4 or say the Juma ding titu ana abaya was he at the mano. If the Juma we were young for so be a dedicated emu din esan say obi antimi nye ewa because eba expertise the company no to the extent that machines you cry amokoto buy and kwa no not all reservations is machines dey be one ma na esen kamu here some technical advice na mokofaba for muni operators as we speak now to man those machines into outside Accra bar osusu say still no they will come to or no as well as a to operate continues osusu say enya dey say Ghana for G2 was the gidie dey esen ka ban beti ase a ochemu mako be enum ema Ghana contractor for recommend say can Japan eyo obi ono so no betimi aboa go ba bia wo jesi o say can so me fan to aso na on team ko because oil contractor na on the lighter note no so market and supply buy electrical gadgets into aka easy no akoda o be tiga tembi no hu say wo di team a o ni na dey
o ma heme da wase na de kan no me de nchia be ma wahwefo nyina na wotiefo nyina se mama kwan se me so me mra o program yin so bi woni de kan mabaha me chia mo nyina na me de nchia so ma ahemfo ne mpanfo ani me party mpanfo ani me party supporters nyina mo dododo se o manya sa gide mo mi mu se ye prime se be koi obia enemy ensi akan ma me ko on the post me do mo nyina ase eno kire gide a mo adwuma ma ye wo mfemi ensan yi mu oman ni ade ba kon ebia emra atwam no menua be ma ken ebia hawa na ha no e wo sa adwuma ho no ene ahopepre a ode kan wa asem ebia moja hye ena ode kan sa asem no me fi say be after a period no na dwen asesa me ka say wo program so na me no enya exchange wo say so ne ko ba ni say nsu no toye no na your western region kra eye adwuma sanitation ena ko ba say ne esi no enye nti minister jaye na me wo debiso na minister so wo secondary ena ona ba jukun wo sefi ena minister jaye no bae no jaye na bae no kasai mu no ne emergency na ehia say ABP because ne nin se nso be sato next day most of the time nso to june musa na etoto aso nti na AMA for no omaye desperate omuni obeye nti some machine ya dia parliament approval loan enye for say adwuma we na ka machine adwuma ya de be ne say e de ko nkurase nkron ketua mu no omakwan omaye in fact onu Kennedy oto obeka cho say onu ya ka say machine no first one e be release ne ma ne me adwuma wo fosu ne area
onu me ka we me
ni DC ni DC akayeso ase fosu to if any saying for Praso road enen ka nyina se road ni na wakeka some percent emu de request aba nti na ye boaboa ye ho ano one se na ba me kan pepepe ye ni nipa o metumi akura sa machine ena wo se machines we so machines a uni ho adwen a wontumi enti se ka a ye da kromienu na mienu me sa be kirew nti ba sa no emi nso ni nipa one or two bi a omo dada no mu a enti ba ye machine bi ma emi san komo fan start adwuma no
ene komemie
because nipa no operate machine no oni ho adwen Canadian na omo use emi for use enti se we by yen the Ministry of Local Government there ya hyehyɛ kwan a ya gi amanfo a ya recruit amanfo a saa omo moto machine sima ye no e de abrofo aba omo kyerɛkyerɛ omo ba saa machine we use no enye se ye kyerɛ o dem nko a e se de ukɔ lorry kwan mu na se site bi na uyu operating na ye ba ye nkrofo no no mo ye de theoretical aspect na wie ansa de o makoyi e na se semisi nti e me de ni sie no ema ye bi alarmed e me fo no ka say sankebenya ebi amano bebo omo a ekobo omo sen your machine says you. I feel na yedi ye kope obi private person bi na obe charge aba ebum. E na manfo so tra o keka hwea. Sika aban eboka manfo aban bebo e wo sa adwuma ho no. Ye nye ready. Ya budget for. Nti ye kofa sa sika de free.
Na won ko contingency.
Nti ehwa na Ibrahim I can say look Nimia and the man paying. It is some Nimia be marginal. I can say Ghana ni bia obet me aboa amayesa ade abeto ye yet me aso ano no mwa espafo aba omu de mu trucks aba ba omu ni sa machine si bia ye de beti eyinumu ntu espafo den de aprapra ye pra bonten ni bola ni nka won djuma no mo ye omu boa ye pa zoom lion ni nka won yam bae sa odoko tipa trucks ba omu nyina bae but afiaka odo na nkasa say nyina tell say odo no the cause because only junta near bae nsuo no course nsuo no toss ano for the first time efisa nke kokole no mu na kopo no mu but because of block no nsuo no kwae no and the sign that bae
say banipem
efisa banipem e ba odo na adabraka for the first time no nsuo no eba na ma situation is see second say nsuo no free Lagos town alajo honum popo no so onyina esa ne ba kokobemle eba second na no ebe hia we because we not sign achi nti ene ma bridge ni bufa so ene nka ho no nti na e wo se ye ti kole no mu ene ko ba nti Ibrahim ba se o ni nesese ano na adwuma no we ni contract ni bi nti ni nkrofo ni to ha o tu o mo ka bo so me a o mo nyere nti se ye pa ye fa machine se mbra ne nto diesel ngum o be ye adwuma na ma ye ene so asempa ene e ba nti sa time no na se me twa letter immediately because machine ye de buy no ye de ma amanfo bi no mo hweso ma ye me de ade akoma obi sie me to me ka say kokofa keke na ko ye se minima
opa adanse
me ma ma tu ba ko duro be ka say na ye de na oba be fa ade sa de na kire say ba ko aka kire say be fa nti me free telephone mo say da bi me ntwe krata nka ho dachi bi asem bi sia omo to me nya no ye na me twe krata no mo ko na mo release machine no in fact adwuma almost osate na bi anadwo bi amekọ ho me hwe na adwuma na ekọ in fact say unnim na say na hotete na adwuma na oye na nokre o mu na uwo bibi unnim dia me say me ko gina nka me feel say the machine akosi na yete yimu say no di atai akese bi etu nsuo no mu yesesa nwene begu ba bi tai na sisu machine akogina so na etutu say ne nkrofo no omo aben e wo sa de mu eno mo de ti sa de mu nyina ade kokko eno enye nkwa na efise bebi a machine ni be fa a obeye sa adwuma yi na efise onya stabilize ho ndi na efise trucks no ekotu anwia efri baby nti Shy Hills ho dowenya sa area ho mukotu anwia na efri ho e de ba e ma mu de stabilize nti wo se za okwa na se ka se traffic ba eyisu kra cars bit me afa ho a akosi graphic road nti na so yes ade nyina sana nti ne ha me kakra ne se Kennedy to menua no ye nyina o parliament na approve sika say ye mfanye sa adwuma nti se won se sade no ye use for area local government ye okwan utumi samo ye on an urgent question parliament ebe ya no ekoba sa no mfa ha adwen in fact that day Ibrahim 13 say adwuma no onye biom ene dia chopa ka say me hwe onwua Kennedy ho abufuo emfa nka say adwuma no onye biom na Ghana ende hia ye kan onim say samre na Kumase so esi wo ho na say the machine is bi Kumase na ko ye adwuma emi ye ko ho e ko ye
Okay, so two things.
There was no contract. In fact, me say, look,
$20 million.
If you find a buyer, okay. Say ministry, obi was Adansideni or ministry, or say ministry, and the minister now say obi cross sign, check sir. Say a cabi or higher bow said you may want. From his diesel.
From his understanding, say more about diesel, Papa, but he doesn't want to know because no share the workers. It's your own person who there, but when him say. cars the bar mo na mo fuel na cars no mo dey
na on na dey na omo bu account ano se ko fa private person bi na intimidate me person Ghana ni bia pa obi onim sa adwuma num de bia anka onko no onko access adwuma na yaye no na omo na yenhwe say whether there has not been any value for money.
Okay.
Nendo to sumienu sa ne stickers ne you know. You be some say a practice where you know say once or no insure or insure some machines no. If say nya dance dey be a say na two. Say truck na ko sa anwia no e ko out no. So on fa eya mo ho na obi all car truck no e be ko ye djuma foforo bi a obi hu. But na yi bo ho na bia na chance dey bo ho na driver dey fa ba bia obi hu a obeka say na Kennedy hu ya o kan say ohun kan na bi number bi no eno nti ya kan say be ya mamfo nyina yi no wo dey bo ho no fa Ministry of Local Government so dey e bo ho e ka ho say na be ya obi ya hu am say yes local government truck na wo dey ya adwuma
right
nti me dem na Yakopon say no kura nyina dey wa ya adwuma no akosi ba bi akosi ba me dem nya yanka.
But he did not end it well because yes. The reference point say, and yeah, say
baby,
no. He says I should be specific to Ken. Say obey insist. Say obey lobby for him to get this contract.
No,
obey Ejuma because we see that easy man. But also see got him. No, all the bulldozers need to fast and not to be. And he has to be aware. So now government is ready.
I do have say if he says you know, so engineers and planners to me yeah. They are Ghanaian local contractors are or me to me yes
okay.
Intermediate me feel says I continue can okra no me yanka. Yen say no kai no. Na say Kennedy company so competence also almost one BDB. Na omo nyina
dey because Osimu amoye action guys you're capable of doing some of these things at a fast track pace. And what's this? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Me okay. Me okay. But a good said the minister Nangazaha because Adam he was so rude to me. But I'm cool about it. You know, first of all, I want to ask the minister. Any problem?
I want
to ask the minister. What is understanding of contract? Contract. You see, minister, we a mistake. I also accept this why mistake. Whether any panu trianaka and I went trianaka. What I say, who did your man koja ubi? Who called you or sifa letter better so? Adansi. Good. And it says, minister, Adansi be na war. Ewo adiya waye. Because if we say contract, it doesn't necessarily mean say sika or persons, but simple. Engineers and planners say, obeye edwumasi my we hear trucks to say, Monto diesel, on to one year sika. Now there are two papers.
Na eno na ona obisa
what you say? So me bisa
so contract.
Obisa say, opebibi edi ada say, Monto diesel.
Listen, emergency no, started because it was an emergency. It was a weekend. Inti na ye ni baby inti me buy no.
Out of Accra.
Out of Accra. Me out of Accra. Inti me can tell say you no kran on say you move ministry no call region no. Inti the letter no kran me generate letter no e wo region no and me send it back Accra. Me generate letter for region and me send it back Accra. No. So what we did with that commence the work. Send ya who can letter of interest for letter of interest my na yes we responding to it. That this is what I want to do. Oh yeah buy.
Now so here they call.
You man response. So we accept it say ubeye say adwuma amaye. You undertake say you better fuel.
Okay, so the minister says that there was that acceptance, interest and then response.
Yes.
Aye adwuma. But in all, no, what again do you suspect? Says it can be changes because fundamentally no.
Only no contract or can dey kan. Me tell me so me suam na wo. Ena Ghana ha me nim say man for kasa. Me ko kasa I know verbal agreement is even an agreement. 2, just a letter of understanding, memorandum of understanding is even banned. Iti say me ko kasa a contract. Hey. Contract. Then the
yes.
But say Kennedy sometimes no can say oh.
But say who dey wo.
Adansi dey be da ho say.
Na wo kra utie na obufu ya no pass me ma betra ma no chap. Utie. Yeah, there's no contract.
Which is bad. I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
There's
Ibrahim Frame, me catch and say, look, I have nothing against you, but do things to protect yourself and your brother.
Yes.
Spell it out clearly so that Ochra Uniwa, Obiba or Fadia, who say A, B, C, D.
And okay, say let Ben actually and not dancing. They been actually say, but okay, say contract or my
for the understanding of the
no, but I mean is that you understand the word contract. Any agreement, no, but contract, any agreement between two people. A contractual agreement.
Spell it out.
Yes.
The details of the
yes, precisely. But it doesn't necessarily mean money should change hands.
I'm not even talking about that.
No. The word contract, as in the understanding of the ordinary Ghanaian.
But one Casano, maybe you let an itchy up and I phone big. But you see, Minister, would you young Kanokure, if it is not Ibrahim, make an Japan and they are who see actually. Ibrahim, Ademi, will you give me the machines to continue?
Why not?
Will you give me
straight away?
Ibrahim Natural said, Nick up, son or boy.
Ibrahim, I think about $15 million on his workers.
Yes,
on his workers. On the entire $15 million.
What?
On his workers.
Good.
And then this whole project.
Good.
Other
starting from.
It's almost 3 months project. 4 months project.
And now, the workers, $5 million a month. How many workers? And will you see? You know, we are all business.
No, but what goes into the type of business he's doing? You know?
Look, hold on, Cratchy. When you're businessman.
No, I'm saying what goes into
the ministry. You know what?
I asked almost all the important questions.
So give me chance also to talk.
Analysis.
Are you giving me
no opportunity? No. Every kind of business and the cost are running. Because for pharmacy, I could say, none in Sassi down say, we have $400,000. I say, how? I say, okay, we say, we are saying, coordinate, so, bought this kind of machine, share this part, share the ball. So you understand that those areas, no, different areas, I want to mean for and cassette.
Hold on. You see, Kwabra, saying that a deep problem ever.
Young this uncommon.
Me,
because it's good.
Yeah, saying a deep problem ever. Now you've made me aware, say, understand, say, look, or say, ordinary operators. The machines belongs to government.
Yeah.
Government and auto diesel. And ordinary operators. Are you telling me that machine be breaking down and require maintenance and an argument here making? The man was specific, say, anything I insist on contract, send you spell out clearly. Say, what bus and the workers 3 months, it cost you $15 million. Granted, say, Odiache. Me, I'm a businessman. I'll tell you, tell that to the dogs.
Kennedy.
Because, hold on,
have you considered workers?
Maybe.
Minister,
tell that to the dogs. Because machines, I have 20 tipper trucks, 3 excavators, 3 payloaders, and 4 bulldozers. If you are working 24 hours,
day and night.
Yeah. The 10 or 20, you multiply it by 3, you have 60 workers. The 10, you multiply by 3, you have 30 workers, 90 workers. Can you tell me, say, 90 workers working in a month?
But you get it wrong there. You get it wrong there with this calculation. That's what I'm saying, that you get it wrong there.
Agreed. Who dear? Upa, Fanny 150 workers on that project. It will not cost you $5 million a month.
How much do you pay the workers?
Yeah, but I want to we will go and check. And one more year operators, and I know a day. You see, why you acha and throw dust into our eyes?
No, you don't have the figures.
No, but what I'm catching them.
You don't. I'm telling you what he told you. But you don't have
because
the figures. So, yes,
and I
so yes, I'm this is the amount of money it cost him.
And I'm see. Or Yama buying a cost to the same. Because who minister says you bet me a catching how much diesel you bought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ibrahim so I demand the chair.
On quantify anka so yama or yama
message.
So yama who can dia ahin anka be cost
no. near ordinary operators in the workers here, a cost you but that's 15
but your calculation, no, because you are not privy to what really went into it. Listen, 150 cry
on top of my head.
The 150 cry.
150 cry no.
$5 million every month.
$5 million a month. Get it straight. And the minister himself is aware of that.
Okay.
Who do you say? So $5 million. Does he pay them in dollars? Give me a break, please. Me, the reason also the AJ Edman missing.
Including you.
One Mukasa. I am doing my job as a member of parliament. If anything is not correct, am I right? Yeah, Ibrahim Kwa Sambana or my message said, I want me a finer. They say some watching me girl from in Ganjira.
On the light, baby.
On me girl, on you, but I'm working. I'm working as a parliamentarian.
No, but
okay.
But
whatever I have done now, this case, the background on never born actually because he was able to come out and explain. And yes, hindsight, me picky at the end here, or he's in trouble. But now he's come out to explain.
But you admit that there's no exchange of money.
That I still disagree because from the grapevine.
But there's a minister sitting here. There's a local government. When Papa is saying Krata.
Interesting, say. Adam Ukwa or Mao Soliana.
That's Solid Krata is not an issue.
The interest is we interested. No. Well, I didn't think I'm the only person land. Let me land.
The deputy minister who signed that.
The deputy minister is here. He signed. On one person, sign also. Sign also. Senior President,
you have the opportunity to parliament. On this issue, I can opportunity to parliament to meet this question.
Me say, file an urgent question
on this matter.
Yes, on this matter.
How?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
Yes. File a question.
Yes.
You don't consider question any rise here.
What
questions? Not in parliament. The minister knew. Into Osebu Swamwa there no, and me responded to. And then no was on issue of county. And I make the parliament say at the time I county do my ear. Say a minister of works and housing. Any
but honorable deputy minister, why would the member of parliament still have doubts? Say,
I know, and I said, mean to me.
And so don't call me, don't phone me to the station and say, maybe a parliamentarian, Matian Manu
now you have unim. Now what is happening is, who are dancing Sunkubia Air Casse, minister, and EMP. Sir, Sikabi, exercise no more Fragana for you. Why wouldn't you help us?
Hold on. So I'm a man.
Was it grapevine?
Messi, I heard in the grapevine. I mean to me find evidence because me grab document.
Okay.
But opinion or catch NDC group. Also don't mind. What get $20 million. But I know the what kind of year? Me need evidence. And you have not using that.
Then why you
before say. Some even in your own
evidence now.
Yeah, even in your own government, yes. Yeah,
Kennedy.
Why can't you? But
there are so many. There are so many things that me about you are. I will not sit here. Many evidence. Me can't die. Because as a member of parliament, anytime I can be an there's a fact.
And I'm not sure say me. Baby, and why my come as man say many evidence. We, my catch us. I mean, find your same because.
No, but what can? Aquabonti,
only panitia some menka send me authentic evidence say to send ya udi paper me jiu paper dictionary. What you say? Yes.
Because criminal.
But you can be in trouble.
How?
Yes, because you did not give any contract. And in some who should buy it?
One out
contract. Yeah.
There's no any letter.
Were there specifications as to also
and now better media me talk to the flow.
No, I want to put him those because there was the opportunity to know it from the local government deputy minister. One, contract was my account. Bibi wo ho ide dance ABC na ya kasa say on not talk diesel and of and workers worker and operate here. Now, because I asked all these serious questions I asked. Said, even Crown now say, adwuma no nim the time obekaya onim time obewie adwuma no I asked him that question so onim time na there na sintia afei de wawie to priwage adwuma no see I have
me be sam time oka say opese ode nyuma maye no na me feel nti abufu unyaye o si kasa no do so onso won adwuma ye se wanya adwuma ne workers no afso dem kon adwuma nti bebi ode adu no waboa nti binum super o meto aso but ne oka en say onu le feel say a better say Ghana government and the local government e better say any water resources works and housing ahihye sa de ye amaya building into a contract
okay
I am ebema on the Ghana for office Ghana for betumi aye nanka ye adwen face a country so na ye de ama Ghana for no ma ye nti
na anya bi as say Ghana for betumi aye
na can don't mean
maybe say a question it will follow with it.
He believes that Ghanaians can
believe it is Ghanaians betting me.
Yeah.
And he make now I can tell you say your president in UNT because there were other Ghanaians would they machines buying machines in Mawum to diesel they could have
hold on
yes
you
don't give anybody opportunity like that if he say yeah the Ghana for betting aye there Argentina
let me tell you the other side of it or say ebe we achi no then he EMP and Ombesa follow on his workers because those machines I'm not an expert in that field but those machines as we speak now you need some machines no operators for Ghana
now I know he talks as if he's indispensable on the age yes how many contractors and the work Ghana highest say you know where we are or no better we say we are my minister in your trouble trouble in the sense that more ankasa mukra machines no buy training, you know how many years and they take it to train those people also may did you factor it in sir maybe this period of time every training Ghanaians to take over the machines
we did
so why is he not so now so what training over we there let them go and continue
and I make you say you see
let them go and continue
initially this machines initially
but we can come out with the year me punchy holes will be
on to me punchy holes will be
mami can say one way
ejuma no
was I making another serious statement everything local government mo ho akire was some machines in the crown was not the best
in his private capacity
right
because good because also maybe autonomy German machines was there you guys chose to buy from a different
one machine
who now pass your parliament
who pass here a lot of people who business they don't even know
he used that word say most of the parliamentarians they do areas where some friend express more babe boy taking December
this me local government committee member
local government because it's about a loan finance committee or parliament can be nti me ka say local government nko
you see your finance committee
and ko man kan tell you here training amanfo say nye say say your trainers we
good so
Argentina was immediately right from day one the machines were not meant for this job
say was another
the machines were not meant for this job
was another trouble
because we had an emergency in this country we need to save us nti nipa can say look these machines can be used to do this work we didn't bring in the machines to go and do the same thing this edition we didn't bring the machines who needs the machines
me person bisa minister question minister nti say here more use machines for Greater Accra na mo tete assemblies districts any metropolitan assemblies mo tete wo mu say mo dis machines you come wo ti say what the machine ben now they come district assemblies is over are you going to give the used machines to them or what
Ghana for we no for Ghana nyina
no I've asked you a question
no yes
what are you going to do because me kuro assembly da bia mo tie enso machine ye huni
na say machine be kokko eduma ho
and what the state ben na eko
na machine na heading
me say what state is it a brand new or used because machines now we cry now Greater Accra was even not part of the out of the 10 regions, only Greater Accra and Anenka. It was going to the 9 regions.
Yes.
Assemblies. To work. It is a saying. Yani motie for su assembly motie. There be as omusika ba no
machine make ko yedma.
The machine ben na.
E be ko yedma.
Machine no how many of them now ebenya old na how many of them how many of them ebenya old ones no or used ones and how many of them?
You see, the machine,
so many questions.
Machines in my individual assemblies. It's going to be in the pool. It was Southern camp, Middle Belt camp, and Northern camp. And the machines near Koyen say move to the Northern Belt now. Region is there one Northern Belt. Move in the districts. Into Obawu district, no Yejuma or district in we are. We pull you out or call another district. No Yejuma. So the people are going to be based there. Say, can in a war maintenance camp, various regions, you know.
But another Missy I spoke to Collins Dada myself. And all catching me say. Maybe says I didn't know one register at the end GV. And honorable Collins Dada Caso, young person machine will be very high near Becaso, a bind the one year, and Untinian register.
Let me give you the
hold on now. I didn't see Namodia getting in our pool. One register with GV.
Listen.
Yes.
You know, you need to, you pray on the door. You need to ask for questions.
Okay. And the question,
one of the issues I decided to say, we will not let this thing be like the usual government car. No, be DCBC, and I say, Kennedy politician be, assembly, is going to be under a private management scheme.
Too far.
Yes, because here percent machines, you know, they should be able to do the work for which Ghanaians have paid for. Or maybe acquiring, especially acquiring a court in form. Say be a for being baby, me acquire about Joma beton, Edo Musica. Young fan court as usual. Assembly machines like the moment first, correct? Regions over. Be break it down.
Assembly, but the
old ones, no, be a bit of cow.
Minister, and the private management scheme, no company banner, a better machines, no regions also.
I know, wait until those days.
But we have registered it. You will say wait until I say.
That's what I'm saying. If you have any question to ask the Minister of Local
you have registered. Who registered or GB and also registered?
No, but says under a watch. Oh, baby.
No, under what watch? Let me tell you my experience. I will not accept this. Because so only who says see a change of government. As their private. Yes, that is what happened in 2000. That is what happened in 2001. Before we took over, such vehicles in now, and this is funny now. I'm telling you, that's our minister. I'm telling you. Yes. Mr. President, Mr. National Security, they took all those vehicles. Yes. Those trucks should be registered in the name of the government. Why do you go and use private management? What about you buying loan? And the Kokotadi area was it private management? What are you talking? And say, listen. It should be in the name of the Ghana.
Yes, politicians will take too much advantage.
Take one advantage. One monitor the better than what
Ghana always good.
But I wouldn't come a private company now. In 2001, what we experienced in Minister, the thing should be in the name of Ghana.
2001.
Yes. We're taking over. I'm telling you, that I didn't see 27,795,000 euros. We are also under private management. It means your ministry is not competent. It means all the assemblies are not competent. No. Now, officers say we're easy. The more I will manage chance, the more.
No. We want to get it to that. Get him out.
Yeah. How can you go and register? Who do you buy? Now we are under private management. Who said? I didn't think more registered with Ghana government.
It's registered.
It is not. One Collins Dada catch them. Well, yeah, Collins Dada. I confronted him. Here,
the minister can't answer that.
Mon friend. It is the same who register. So it's under private management now.
The management of the machines, the management of the machines cannot be as usual. Assembly.
Is it because of experience?
Yes. I buy machines at bar first, almost time, HBM Ninka. I'm on for the Koyomo fool. I'm on for the Yomo private business. Any track on Mufie, any count, machines in break it down.
So you have to sanction them.
And like I said,
People are not punished for anything in this country. Yeah, you don't punish anybody.
I agree with you. That's why we've learned from that experience. Like I said, look, this is purely what the work is supposed to be done. A Juma say, "Into machines never as in this street." A year Juma we are as in this street. Obian, there was a roads engineer. No, like I said, these are the rules. These are the specifications of the work to be done. We are pull out.
Okay.
Move to another district.
A lot of talks messages about topics.
Yeah, topics. You see, and on the fair, yeah, approve Adiano. Now we need some ministry. On the day, do about until you might go maybe to another ministry. Obi Baba. Check it.
I hope something called another ministry. I hope something called another ministry.
Quick one. Bottom top.
Last week
Mrs. Man changing register now.
But okay, on that score, register.
To be winning consistently, no.
Yeah.
I must question it.
Okay.
I must
all right.
why.
Okay.
And there was a call post. I have a gentleman who was calling me all the time. So me buano so two Nila did I say. Yeah, now I say na me NDC Nina obeji you am say
Kennedy
go to
yes, bottom top approach.
Say na office say obi to me too of so.
Oh, obi to me. Why not? But Uba, yeah, why not? Media, I don't believe some are indispensable. But me ye into na debia no.
And I so that me office
me I don't have a problem, but I'm saying the NDC are buying to me because
don't forget it.
Okay. After
2012 who talk come ododo from boa.
Yeah.
Is it Santa Fe or something?
Yeah.
Say omo fa me to me.
I me see am campaign.
But ultimately come to the
yeah, but I feel now Uber.
Mami talk 2016 the difference will be about 35,000.
Okay.
Market.
So when you upload to Gum.
Okay, so on this issue of registers,
yes.
Let me admit now, I like my vote council. So I'm calling them easy.
Yeah.
So man say register now. And just saying MPP continuously your stand is becoming clearer that without the new voters register.
Oh yes, MPP kwabana asema reckon. It is the future of these young men na omo production any bibia. Me I'm concerned about the youth of this country. The problem I have and the information I have authentic ones. Now me be sure be o ha kire o. Burkina Faso omo kura paper say kura e. All I'm saying is that look, we are Ghanaians. We are not saying say foreigners, you know. Last week, Aflawo Kwanswe, the first checkpoint, I was Prampram, airport Ningo. Omuchiri Nigeria niya, okura Nigerian passport, ekura voters ID card, Ghana. This is what we are talking about.
Gabi Ochidako on your Ghana.
Gabi Ochidako on your Ghana. Many family said, oh yeah. Me evidence. Go check.
Maybe so.
Go and check.
Maybe so.
I knew whatever I wanted to do in life, so I'm not an American citizen.
Only American.
No, me a green card. Green card. And I'm the call. Yes, citizen. Man, be da. Me call
America.
No way.
Into America?
No way.
Into America now?
No, into Aba.
Okay.
Into Aba.
Obusu any be into Aba.
Me man come call my come. Maybe do my terms over here. Because citizen.
Now Omar is over to Aba.
No. 16, 17. I mean, Mama said.
Obaba come to Aba.
No.
Gabi Ochidako. Okay, fine.
No, honestly, no.
What Ghana?
Me want to say so you won't have to about. Me back I won't.
American citizens.
No, we are American citizens. I want to.
Okay.
Gabi
Mumisa Gabi. Media men to Aba. Gabi so we challenge you. Because I didn't hear for me.
It will say challenge.
Yeah, I'm challenging. Yeah, if you have the evidence,
the issue is about challenging.
Yes.
And the Electoral Commission has provided us the opportunity for challenge. What I say? All
I'm saying is, listen, Jack, near Elkono, Mama Money near MPP thing. It should be Ghana for because we should not allow foreigners to come and register vote for a particular party and decide our destiny for us.
Okay, so my concern is Mama Ghana
for
yes.
That is all we are saying.
More voters register.
One vote, yeah, we are voters register. Your evidence, maybe.
So challenge them.
Yeah, so we are
challenging them. Let the Electoral Commission
say, baby, let me say, take it.
It doesn't call for new voters register.
Let me say, Electoral Commission, only evil. Oh, because the IT section.
Oh no.
Yes,
no.
Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Withdraw that word.
Mr. Omuye evil.
No.
I repeat.
No.
Mr. Omuye
it is not about repeating it.
Mr. Electoral Commission.
No.
Omuye evil.
No. You might
disagree. I am telling you.
No. You might disagree.
No.
Mr.
Omuye evil. Especially those Mr. Omuye evil. And let me substantiate.
No
matter how
I disagree with you, no matter how I disagree with you, I won't stand anywhere and say you are evil.
No, you are not evil.
No,
that's a disagreement.
Especially IT session. Hey, one, IT session. Two, not gonna be your
evil, I disagree.
If I have a stronger word,
Kennedy, oh please.
Electoral Commission.
Please. No.
Especially
Stop.
the boys in the IT session. If I tell you what they are doing,
where is the proof?
I have the proof. So when you're asking me where's the proof? Now
who the voters ID bechira? No, hold on. Who the voters ID bechira? Now you go to the IT department attacking them.
So that's not a problem. Mr. Electoral Commission, only evil.
Obi card no.
If you know the things they are doing,
but you have all these details, you want to forward it to the national security?
Bullshit.
Oh, Kennedy.
Bullshit. National security. Bullshit.
Kennedy.
Please. Don't annoy me this morning. Bullshit. National security. Meaning Franco national security. They aid them to do whatever they are doing. Do you have any? Now look at what the judges are doing. And I catch something called national. Please don't even go there. Mr. Electoral Commission, we are evil. I swear to God.
Okay.
If you know what I know and the things they are doing, now I want you to walk down. Some people will continue to do what they are doing. They are evil. I am telling you. NDC is not evil. Electoral Commission is evil. Evil in the sense that say minister here. Oba wo kwabna kwache otia konwom ha o si yade se mama na o kasa wo nya o je enti onu a wo be influence na wo a wo be accept wo na ye evil just like these judges. I am telling you kwabna me say Electoral Commission ye evil because hwe nipa nim with what is going on and still they are doing it registering
kwabna
link it with NDC.
Electoral Commission.
Yes, we see electoral, especially the IT section. Yeah, evil. You don't know what is going on in this country. If I have a better word for evil, I will still use it for electoral commission.
Please. Where they are coming from, issues about the voters register, a new one, because this one, they claim is bogus, it's bloated.
Sometimes, but first, the mechanic said, Electoral Commission is evil, and a 2000 MPP winning elections. Omu evil, and a 2004 MPP winning elections. Electoral Commission is evil, and a Canada Japan, a winning Fusu for three consecutive terms. Three, four, the fourth one.
Yeah,
the evil machinations, you know. And I'm winning elections
because I'm too tough for the announcers. Yes. National security. Because I'm too tough for the announcers. Me see election day. A day before the election, the armor truck, a buy. Now what's the security? Policy for me and son. And want me constituency. And the back G's our papers no the coin.
Oh.
Yes. Why should I lie? Why should I lie? Me tell me when me protect me the no the question no. Uti atintine it was in Asino, formerly my constituency. Security. They don't help in any way. They connive with the government.
It is not true. Electoral Commission connive with the government, and NPP won elections in 2000. They connive with the government, and NPP won elections in 2004.
So if you have that evidence, I don't have a problem. You can make it.
You were in government, and this war position, and no connive with the Electoral Commission.
Yes.
No defeat you.
Yes.
Oh, Kennedy.
How
can you even speak like this?
Yeah.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
No. Listen to me. Listen to me. If you are doing analysis,
what is going on?
Listen. The fact is, come now. Me de me elections is a process. It is not an event. It starts from one point to the other. And the Electoral Commission, all the way through, the Electoral Commission deals with all the parties through IPAC. You didn't have anything to do with the register until we went for elections. When we finished elections, you went to court. You didn't go to court on the register.
Don't even
you went to court. You went to court
with
on
what
the
is
results.
happening.
You went to court on the results.
With what is happening.
We finished.
I didn't mind investigation Supreme Court.
Untouchable Supreme Court.
You are using the word untouchable.
Supreme Court.
You are using the word untouchable. There's nobody untouchable.
And nobody. Now you say you have evidence. That's maybe sir. One question. Want me Ghana elections 2012. Togo. Mo betina ho ba o me kasa bebrebe no. Togo for your own elections 2014. Nti sa Ghana for no. Ghana for and a call register with Togo and I say Togo for the Bible register Ghana. 2. Otuya Kennedy. I know so many people in your constituency. Tafrache. Omo ye adwuma o Cote d'Ivoire. Omo kokofu omo ni nkan e o Cote d'Ivoire. O Kennedy, please.
Yes, but
your constituency. I have relations to your constituency. Who vote for you?
No.
Because me no kokon say na mo tafrache. Kennedy me no kokon. Kennedy kura mo nnuane me. One me ko de bia no, mutu abama no. Because me Kennedy picture etare mo kwan no. E won constituency.
Yeah, but they are not
cocoa farms. Omo farm, your farms e wo Cote d'Ivoire. Because omo ye Ghanaians, but ho e no mote. What is the guarantee says am crofo no? Cote d'Ivoire ho, omo to aba ho. E no mo sa meto ma wo Kennedy.
Ani am Ghana fo nyina to Europe na ya pass. I mean, this is the argument you are.
So if you have any,
everybody vote.
If you have any evidence of the sort, challenge.
You
have the right.
Look, challenge it too.
In Odododo, I challenge over 5,000 voters. Your friend, it drove for a long time. The best thing they have to do is to go to court. At the end of it, only about 1,400 got their names back into the register. Because I challenge them. If you are not a Ghanaian, if you don't reside within the constituency, because I use the process to challenge you. If you know that this person is not a Ghanaian, Electoral Commission Mrani say you have the right to challenge.
Evil.
So why don't you challenge?
Challenge what?
What does that cause for a new register?
Oh.
2.
Now you why Ghana? Why never come as a mama? Every institution in this country
is for Ghana. Are saints are perfect in this country.
Every institution in this country works for Ghana government and nothing else. Ghana,
are you part of Ghana government?
Yeah. Maybe you're part of Ghana government.
Why are you not part of Ghana
government? Ruling government.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
We have a ruling. We have a ruling party. We have a ruling party, not a ruling government.
During my time now.
Yes, I'm not president before a fair.
Oh,
no, very fair.
Yes, that's why I say only MPP people are just very fair in this country.
President
the MPP people are the only angels in the country. The rest of us are not. That's what worries me.
Evil. Ghana, I'll bring you proof for you to see. Okay, don't joke with what I'm saying.
No, it's not a joke.
Evil.
Some of the text messages are about.
Good morning, Omar. And they are still doing what they are doing.
This one is off, please. Another one getting through here. It says that
serious
go, please. Another one says the judges shouldn't bulldoze themselves into not defaulting in the bribery scandal. They should be punished. For getting. I love this show, but please, too much of everything is. But please go through. Go. We are just about wrapping up. We have the judicial scandal. Frank, and then we have the Ghana, the issue about highly indebted. And this one says that, okay, so that's it. Okay, please, I want to wish, no time to wish. Why is the Chief Justice preventing the viewing of the announced video on the judicial corruption tape? That of SEPS was, and this was Ghana. If this video was a policeman, nobody will make a comment, but judges, look at how people are taking it. He should not show the video. God will punish anybody who has ever watched a video about a policeman and saying he should not show the judge's video. Frank, Consuta, Nana and Kwabna, you are well, Joy FM Asempa. Okay, so this one's, I will win DC. Oscar Forilabi is, okay, I don't get this one too. Another one, when is the JHS results? When will they be released? Please remember to invite floating voters to your studio. They may speak for Ghanaians better instead of politicians every day. Honorable Boateng. Today is my birthday. And okay, so we're not dealing with birthdays today. And I should come to Asekropon police station and court. This one says, from Timuya from Salaga, good morning. Please talk to government and Minister of Education to let Tia Ahmadiyya School in Salaga resume, but no headmaster. Perfect Edge Fund Club is refusing to pay us our monies with the idea that BOG refused to freeze their account. You want to comment on that? Okay, so please wish, okay, another one wish here, sorry. Anas next target has to be Ghana CID headquarters in Accra. And please, I'll try and read my birthday message. Today, no birthday. Anas must use his wisdom to investigate the concerns raised by an MPP about the voters register and save this country from confusion. Room. And this was, please, Nana, if you want facts about policeman, call this number. Tamale, okay, we'll call that number. Please, what is going on? Mancron Junction at Aguna East. Policeman call, okay, I'll not say that because I'm unable to substantiate. And this one says, in cases such as Habakkuk K. Bafu versus Famen Gomi and two others, he was taking cash, bottles of beer, and livestock from litigants and offenders due for prosecution. Anas next target, it talks about the CID. And please, Nana, I'm Adom Mohammed from my boy, I love your show. Good morning. And this was Nana, please, the campaign to change the voter register is perfect, but there are a lot of foreigners also with Ghanaian passports. Another one getting through here also says that the concern of the legal body who opposed the airing or announced video about the judges just occurred to them, but not when the customs malpractices was being aired. It must be shown. The videotape must be publicized so that it will serve as a deterrent to the rest of them in the judiciary. From Tola, Tamale, video, God will punish anybody who has ever watched a video about a policeman. Okay, so that's it. Need quick one on the perfect enough for judges. I don't
know why sometimes we don't learn. Your country, Anna, R5, Piram, any sank can happen here. Oh, my, Kennedy, you're a businessman. Maybe, sir. What business can you use maybe 1 million Ghana cedis to do? And then within 2 months, you get over 200% profit. Now, man, for sorry, no more musica. Then it's amazing.
Okay, a serious issue. If you not follow this, it's a very serious issue.
People are dying.
It's a very serious
issue. People are dying.
Millions
of friend of mine, I played football with, international footballer, died as a result of this. We buried him as a result of this. Because people think that you can just get up, pick money.
4,000.
Then what do you, how do you sit down? And then people are rather blaming Bank of Ghana
for doing due diligence.
For this. I don't understand. So that Kennedy two-way. Now I'm on for Fusu. Because Fusu now is microfinance be my sorry. Now we do see Kakoho. Now Utra one more money. Now we see Kana. Now we blame you. How? Okay. I don't just understand.
Minister, Enra. Enra. Savings and loans for me, where I think maybe they are watching. Or buy. No, so we save what many say, in America. But more offices be brave or Accra. I mean, and this I say no more. Into me pa obi betisa kene Japan. I didn't see kako savings and loans. Who was a man for you because I acquire me? Men from Sika measure savings and loans. How? I can't do that. So you don't get a lot of people to think along those lines. And the way they are rushing for profit. See, can you be this? Me, I'm saying, I'm All this kind of control, just as you are saying. But one could acquire, no, and he says, and then how do I go and chase your money for you? And now I'm making reference to pyramid, number one brochure, me bar, me told, but send you do poon call for ye. A move 3 years, they say all of a sudden, as I started, anybody who wants to make money or started microfinance, now cost savings, one, you know, spreading all over the place. And now we see Kakosia, Obama saying it. Many brady intino. And now Nipan car so no. Where the two are you for me?
Judges. Judges.
Judges, no. I want some kind, but you see, if we are see, we shouldn't let people get away with murder. Near who said, any parliamentarians he could ever betna the annual can say, na yeko. I'm not saying say a perfect, any also parliamentarians, any politician, you're corrupt. It any the end what bonti will be a can once. But judge pa betini I change your life forever. Or life.
It's a serious institution.
Yeah. Obi change your life forever. Sir Obi acquire armed robbery. Now omo argue 10,000 and 11,000 where Obi so there 11,000 year do join. It means Sir Obi life for the rest of his life. Obi will jail. Obi so wa ya damage no enam influence ka okotu ayenti no ono de okoso for a very dangerous institution ade omo ye no enti whether they see omo kofa mra and you be see one nas and you be say the chief justice should go ahead. It should serve as a deterrent.
Also, process, due process.
Yes, they should use the due process. I feel no idea technicalities. Omo person omo kopa omo anom di technicalities. Me tie judge there no dia na odi konie. Na wonye cheap anka baji aponche. Oye cheap pa. Some of them should be hanged. Some of the judges. And new man kitty bi omo giye. I think he hang Saudi Arabia man and go back hang you.
Aponche yes.
Yeah, aponche. Ah, kwabana. Usupra na de o argument say. Aponche nipa life. Ya boy bi ya friend Peter. Nidi mienu eni odi ma receipt ya cha sapia o sade Kofi Ajiman what on asase ama minister me say koye papers bra na me fa rest no 2 plus $160,000 na man 100 me man 100 me kwaba o se mache me ba what on asase no on fa me sika mama ya o share me up to 30th July and that date you say
15 September.
Mimi dia adia no court with the man lawyer so twen ye ne nkana on for sikama because guy ni dia science ase ho adwuma no ye ntu onim judges ni nyina o de kwa mi do nyame na mdi di na tell magic papers na be go fi say oh enti emre bia ni wadi boame a I will go and take action and pay for obi aka odio because me who say police into me defend me free police e de man no so onkoche no wa nye. My lawyer on Franco here was a guy named judges. Oh, baby, about me office where East Legon and Hill, your president, and the Hill Hotel match.
How many judges is what?
Who do we judges?
Yeah, come browse the judges.
Yeah, what you say? And people have lost confidence in
property fraud.
Because we're a serious issue.
Me try receipt in hour. Make me a year. Yeah, $100,000. Wafa.
How?
Yeah, me cry me action. Hey, we empty. I'm saying, hey, Bisa Minister to your MP pay. Make you 4,554 CDs, 19 pesos.
Yes.
And I'm the coffee. And only $100,000 now. Crash your face. We don't know where to report. Minister, me free police. Me the man. Uncle Siaga. Me the command lawyer. Was it judges Bayan Basa because or Tons as he was no money dealing. So wow. Wow. And the lawyers in Sutan, lawyers, woman at Jessica, they come lawyers in a strike deal because I know announce or pretend is a lawyer. Meboa. Good. And the lawyers. Now, be my from what you lawyer be a warrior mediano, what they call for strong for my judge. I know. Oh, I mean, lawyers in Wasu, a Kahubi, and Timam Function judge. So you see, the whole social fabric has collapsed. And I will parliamentarians are corrupt. Executives corrupt, judicial. I don't know. We are corrupt. What do you other things somewhere? We are corrupt.
It's
why? It will serve as a deterrent. Nobody should block this because that So me see honorable any pa a plan is won bekumi. Ama police for akọ set him up ekum 3 achi 3.
Ombekum.
Yes, upa bisa Benepsin grant a report to ma IGP ema mu yes ai. Asem no court. Evidence no ho clear. And so still now they got nerves to send text messages to the boy say ombetwanity is so dwan. And we know the judges. And I'm judge, you know, yes, in 90 or one Bakubi, or Baby, or whatever. And man, I do not catch him so, or Baby, maybe Sassable. That's God don't punish her. Which is anti more beyond threatening and us. The whole country should defend her because I mean, the minister now you say you're corrupt. Now say the judiciary become there. Mr. Paul Brofo, where are we towards him? So, Governor, where are we towards?
Oh, Dilati. Yes, Rafa.
The Ajaba Kwame can say, me as a student of law, and also the position of the credit to know. I am restrained. I am restrained in commenting on this.
Oh, commenting. What time we are biased?
Oh no.
So lawyers, yeah, biased. Commenting.
I am restrained in comment.
Won't you restrain you?
Cobra. Say committee ni we ni bibia na Chief Justice Committee was said to we ni bibia na say amman ye nyina e accept ni ehu evidence le wom le nyina ye then I can make a very fair comment on it. For now.
That is it true that we've not joined HIPIC again?
Oh no.
71% of GDP.
No.
Debt. 95 billion.
The Utia na waka say parliamentary will pay and I know say that pay goes out to service the demands of your constituents even in one day. Does it mean you are epic?
No, but you see, don't joke with it. And
no, I'm serious.
Strategy.
Serious. I'm not joking with that. No, concept is saying. I'm doing an analysis. I'm analysis. Me know you you pay 4,000 something.
Okay. It doesn't mean
a day. Our demands from our constituents. Sometimes 4,000.
Oh, more than.
It doesn't mean we are epic. It doesn't mean we are epic. No, Kabra.
Say, unya HIPIC and can confirm when you have a baby. Yeah, because of what you
that's the other side.
The truth of the matter is that yes, we agree.
No more. Yes.
No more. We agree. It is not peculiar to Ghana.
Have we been declared epic?
No.
But
somebody's own assessment.
Somebody epic zone.
We agree that we may be sliding towards. But the minister has consistently said that we are not. We are not.
Yeah, June. Now what 95 billion. It was September.
Okay.
I think that I'm 1.5 billion number.
Eurobond.
Right.
Eurobond.
But so we are ambassador Kwaji Cocoa.
No,
2 billion.
But you see, that's the problem I have. Some of these debts are debts that are serviceable by themselves. Look.
And what you know? I mean,
but because the government.
Hey, serious. Now, say, your debt. Servicing alone takes 48%. Abra, workers' salary for the whole year, it takes 40% of our. Okay. Are you serious? Yeah, 48%.
Yeah. So I'm happy that one can raise the issue of workers' salary.
Yeah, 40.
So you know what it is like.
That's it. Well, we'll find time and still look at your.
I am I'm always ministry.
Makacha say, I'm available. So
I'm sure so what all.
Me hum nyanto so yeah wa tutu papa si bi aka wa ma me
no you know me very well. I can say media me ejuma with a clear conscience. Okay. I'm not infallible. I may make
clear
mistakes.
conscience, but do the right
I
thing.
may do the I may say,
you might have a clear conscience to do things, but it is not the procedure.
Okay. I know.
Yeah. You face your bread, it's also bread. You don't want to come now before a card or trust with your mom.
But minister, one procedure.